Yo, what's up, guys? What's going on, everybody? How's everybody feeling? How's everybody doing? Everybody panicking, panic selling, everything's going to zero? What's going on here? What is going on? All right, let's get into the chat here. D Well would panic, sell it all. Yep, everything's going to zero, guys. Everything's going to zero. Beebs, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Guys, as always, make sure you hit the like and subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel grow. It costs you absolutely nothing, and you're doing something good for somebody else that costs you nothing, and it will bring some good karma into your life. So go ahead and hit that like and subscribe to the channel. Help us out. Help us out, guys. Karma will thank you for it. Rod, it's all good in the hood. Brian, hey Rob in chat, look after that arm, man. Yeah, it's really bothering me today, to be honest with you. Jetpack to futures now. Good afternoon, all. Great DC opportunity today, so we will be missing these lows. Yes, soon we will miss it. I did some DCAing this morning. I'm going to do some more DCAing later today, to be honest with you, if this keeps up. James, what's up, buddy? Hey, Rob, what's up, brother? Thanks for the inspirational quote for the T-shirt. Great chat on the Patreon last night. I never catch them live, but I always listen back every morning on the cycle to work. Hey, no problem, brother. Millionaires are made in the bear market, not in the bull market. Yes, exactly, brother. I love it. I love the new shirt, bro. I love it. William, what's up, buddy? James holds strong, everyone. The hard work we already done is over. The last 2 years, this is nothing. We are within touching distance now. We already have our toe inside the door of the bull run. Exactly. Gary, Jasmy, 100%, man. Madness, Onyx, H-Bar, Jasmy. Let's go, gang, to the moon. Gary, I want all the... Nice. Tracy, how you doing, dear? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. This up and down is giving me whiplash. Crazy how a week worth of gains can be gone in a minute. Still hoping to get back to the value I had in July. Hanging on to hope. Well, we will. You will. Don't worry about that. I mean, listen, we're down on the day, but we're still, Jasmy's actually still up 10.2% on the week. So we're not really down on the week. Bruno, what's up, buddy? Big Dog, what's up, Nicholas? Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Tyler's in the house. What's going on, buddy? Rob, sir, can we start with the alt season already? Yeah, no kidding. I was already jacked up to see some gains before my birthday. Volks, afternoon, everyone. What's up, Rob? Payday tomorrow for some... Yeah, there you go, man. There you go. Like I said, I did some buying this morning, and from the looks of things, I'm going to be doing some more buying later this evening. Green Tea, what's up, man? Buy the dip or sit on your hands. Yes, touch grass, put your portfolio away. Go get in a chest exercise, guys. Go to the gym. Get in a solid bench press. No pecs, no sex. Remember that, guys, right? We want to be in shape. Curls for the girls. Ladies, tries for the guys. Let's go. So Jasmy pressing down some more. 3 cents, 542 right now. Sitting right on this support level. If you can see here. There we go. Sitting just a hair below that support level. It acted as resistance quite a few times back here, guys. So hopefully we can use it as support. If not, then, hey, guess what? We're coming lower. Deal with it. DCA, right? DCA. XEN, Swift, Jasmy, Asian market capitalization. These tokens are highly anticipated and already have major connections in AI, blockchain, Web3, and soon RWA. I agree, Jetpack. We have ourselves the creme de la creme in terms of potential gems, in my opinion. XEN, Swift, Jasmy, absolutely, guys, absolutely. I'm very, very bullish. Also, if you're on the Patreon or you're a member of the channel, you know what I'm buying right now. The new project I added to my portfolio. I'm not going to say what it is. However, I am very, very bullish on it, you guys. And I showed you guys why a couple of days ago, right? So that's another one that I think is going to be huge. Volks, more plates, more dates. Exactly. That's a good one, brother. I like it. I like it. More plates, more dates. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Man, I'm feeling pretty good today, guys. What is the next support for JASMY as well as BTC? We don't want to go. Oh, listen, if we're going to go, we don't want to half-ass it, right? If we're going to go down, let's go down, right? Like, let's go down so that we can DCA, right? Like I said, I DCA'd this morning. I'm going to be doing it once again later this evening if the market continues on the direction that it's in right now. So a lot of people have been asking me what happened. Now, you guys understand something. You're about to see something, in my opinion, very, very special. Now, look at this liquidation levels chart. Now, you guys remember, I told you guys the day before yesterday, we had so much 100x and 50x leverage over on this side for longs, right? And some of you might remember I said we could come all the way back down to $97,000 to liquidate all of them. And we did just that. We liquidated all those longs, which is why we crashed, right? Now people are starting to put in more longs, but look at all the shorts that are building up, guys. Look at this. The more this builds up, the more likely you're about to see the exact opposite thing happen that happened this morning. You're about to see a short squeeze happen. We could move all the way back up to around $103,000, $103,199 to liquidate all of these longs and shorts, right? The market is being manipulated very heavily right now, guys. You have to understand this is not natural progression of the charts. This is market manipulation because the volume is low right now and idiots keep putting in long and short 100x leverage, and the whales and the exchanges are more than happy to take your money. More than happy to, right? So in saying that, guys, look at all of these shorts that are built up. That's all 100x and 50x leverage. That's just sitting there begging to be liquidated. And if it happens, price is going to skyrocket back up to about $102,000, $103,000. Like I said, we could come to about $103,199 to liquidate. There's 802 million just alone at that price level. You go over here, we've got another 776. Like as we go, okay, so yeah, to get up here, we would liquidate close to $1 billion, $802.58 million if we get a short squeeze up to 103. So hold on to your butts, guys. That is, I'm not saying it's 100%, but I'm saying that is something you want to watch for. We could see a complete U-turn on Bitcoin here to liquidate all of those shorts, right? I am JASMY. We're all JASMY. Power to you all, baby. Chappie, what's up, buddy? I was ready for the down move and it pumped, then ready for the up move and it dumped. Whatever. DCA in January and then ready for March, April, either way. Nice. I don't think this is going to last long, guys. I do not think this is going to last long at all. I wouldn't hold my breath on it. Like I said, with all of these shorts starting to build up, continually building up here, more and more and more, right? It's now up at 804 million going to get liquidated. Feds run their mouth tomorrow. Yeah, that's right. The Feds could crash the market a little more too, or they could pump it, right? They could pump it, or if they're neutral or whatever. Nothing that the Fed is going to say tomorrow is priced into the market right now. That's the dangerous thing about that, right? So, all right, let's get into some of the news, guys. Let's get into some of the news. Courtesy Little Bidman, make sure you give him a follow over on X. Guess who manufactures the turntables used by DMC, which is JASMY's new partner we announced yesterday for the last 3 decades. That's right. Panasonic is the manufacturer that creates their devices. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. All right, what do we have? Let's get into some of this stuff here. Former finance professor Trad Smith. After 25 years teaching finance, I realized at 58.
I didn't realize that if the average year the money printer goes, call it 8 to 10%, even in the Western countries, even in the OECD nations, and the average return on the S&P 500 is, call it 9-ish%, including dividends, maybe 9.7, maybe a little less, that it means that all of the work of the S&P 500, all of the value created there is actually the money printer. That to me was startling. I mean, to think about that, the fundamental notion that in a closed system or even an open system, when you're printing money at the rate of 8 to 10% a year, everything is losing value, and the things that appear to be gaining value are not gaining value. They're just keeping you even. So you can put all your money in the S&P 500 and you're not gaining any relative wealth at all. That's a startling insight. I mean, when you really think about the entire value of the S&P 500, on average, over a long period of time, not even a long period of time, is equivalent to the money printer. That's, to me, a shock. And it was a shock that said, oh my goodness, how do you think about creating wealth that is relatively greater in this economy? And you have to look hard. The other thing you can imagine is I could tell you about Sharpe ratios and diversification. I could tell you all these different things. And, you know, it's interesting. You can take a concept like diversification of risk, and at a top level, it can be a very powerful and useful tool. But if you are so focused on the mechanistic aspect of that, you can step back and miss the forest, which is in a highly diversified portfolio, it's unbelievably hard to pick up relative amounts of wealth. It is. Diversifying your portfolio, however you do it, is by and large going to reduce your incremental gain in wealth, irrespective of the Sharpe ratio. It's concentration of capital in specific bets that outperform the money printer where you actually create wealth. That was a shock to me. I just didn't get it. I didn't understand it. Even though I taught finance for 20 plus years, I'm still a professor at NYU Stern, at Stern Business School. I've taught strategy and finance for technology, media, and entertainment companies. I'm on a 2-year hiatus, but I'll be presumably going back in the spring. For 25 years, I have almost, actually more than 1,000 former students. And I still didn't get it until I'm age 58. That's the Bitcoin journey.
That's the Bitcoin journey. So what he's saying, guys, if you missed it, okay, is if you put money into the S&P 500, let's say, okay, you're buying into the S&P 500. The appreciation of the stocks that you're holding in the S&P 500 is while it looks on paper like you're up, you've made a good investment and you're up, you're actually not, because at the rate that they print money, the devaluation of purchasing power of your dollar is completely neutralizing the profits you're making annually in the S&P 500. So you're really just running on a treadmill, staying still. You're not making any money. It says that like the number is higher when you look at it on paper, but you can only buy the same amount of stuff, groceries or whatever, with said money, right? Mind-boggling. A lot of people don't realize that. That's what printing money is doing, right? You're having to make wise investment decisions just to keep pace with the devaluation of the dollar. That's devastating, right? Completely devastating. Let's get into an article. Jetpack, Jasmy and me is working with Run DMC to make turntables. Nice. Seth, what's up, man? Good afternoon. First time around. Still not sure how excited I should be. You should be very excited, brother. Very excited indeed. Believe me, in the next couple of months, man, your face will be melted. You cannot outdo inflation without an investment. Money in banks only grows a certain amount every year, but in a DeFi protocol, you can literally be 10 years ahead, meaning a 10x is exactly. That's exactly it. That's the opportunity that is being provided in this new asset class. Boomer, where you been, brother? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. So Bitcoin's price dips after reaching 102K. Is 95K next? Bitcoin's price is down by more than 4% in the last 24 hours and is trading below the 98K mark. At the time of writing, analyst Crypto Capo recently said that the market might see a 5 to 15% drop soon and said that could be a great buy the dip opportunity. Many are still wondering if BTC has topped out or not. Bitcoin hit a high of $102,712 on the 7th and then hit a reverse, erasing the gains. The latest price action continues to raise questions about Bitcoin's next big move. Despite recent pullbacks, the current trend remains upward, with Bitcoin holding above key support levels, while a recent corrections have been minor, and appear to be part of a larger ongoing trend. The potential for a new all-time high of $130,000 or more remains intact. Bitcoin's recent move has pushed the Bitcoin price past important levels, like $100,800, indicating short-term bullish momentum. However, the analyst said that any break below $100,590 would signal a deeper correction, and falling below $100,220 would increase the likelihood of a significant drop, which we did do. While it's possible Bitcoin could see one more push higher before correcting, the current pullback is being closely monitored for signs of potential reversal. For traders, a break below the mentioned levels would be a signal to watch closely, as it could suggest a larger bearish phase with a potential for the $93,600 support level. In conclusion, Bitcoin has shown signs of strength with aggressive upward moves over the past days, and validating one bearish scenario. A break above key resistance levels suggests the possibility of further price gains. However, the potential correction could be on the horizon, as Bitcoin's price might face challenges before confirming a sustained uptrend. So they're saying we could go as low as 93K, and we're kind of dumping again as we're live right now. We're pressing down towards that 95K level, but we'll see what happens. Like I said, if we continue to dip, I will continue to buy today. I already bought once today. Don't test me, man. I'll do it again. Right? All right. What else do we have? Rob, sir, kindly do a live stream pump. Yeah. Any update, Rob, on a new petition to get JASMY out of the Binance Zone scam? No, not yet. I'm hoping someone out there knows how to create a petition, and I will promote it. Steve Hank says strategic Bitcoin reserve will put a drag on the economy. Big surprise. An old person says Bitcoin is bad. Breaking news.
The diversion of weighting or savings into Bitcoin does what? Well, it puts a drag on the economy, because those savings are not invested in real capital assets that produce things. It just sits there. It's like buying old masters. What does that do? It diverts weighting and savings into old masters that just sits there and is never invested in bankable projects that actually produce anything and increase productivity and so forth in the economy. And if we don't increase productivity, we have a real problem, because that fundamentally is what underlies improved standards of living and prosperity in an economy, is increases in productivity. So I think that's enough on the strategic reserve. I'm completely opposed to it. I think it's the stupidest idea.
You know, the TradFi old people, they can't break their TradFi. They don't understand we're moving into a digital economy, right? A digital world. They don't understand it. They continue to try to apply TradFi traditional ways of doing things and ways of thinking to the future of the digital age, and it's not compatible. They don't get it, right? So they're always going to come to the same conclusion that it's bad, right? And it's sad because they're getting left. I mean, it's sad, but it's not sad. They're getting left behind. It's not sad because they took advantage of the middle class and the lower class for so many decades, right? Like, their time is over at the end of the day, right? So in that aspect, it's actually pretty good. So screw them. Screw them. Screw them. All right. Pomp. What's Pomp got to say for himself today? New York City's insane congestion tax is coming to a city near you soon. So if you're in the States, listen up to this, guys.
New York City just invented a brand new tax, and it's coming to a city near you. You're going to want to pay attention to this. The state of New York just implemented a brand new tax called a congestion tax that'll serve a $9 fee for anyone who goes below 60th Street in New York City. The MTA, which oversees public transportation in New York City, has more than 74,000 employees and they have an annual operating budget of $19.3 billion. But here's the problem. Anytime that the government intervenes in the market, it usually doesn't go the way they want. The whole idea is that the MTA is now going to get $500 million more through this new congestion tax. But this punishes workers, it punishes New Yorkers, and it punishes Americans. And they're going to come do it to your city as well. Anytime the government invents a brand new tax, they immediately copy each other and they try to make it far and wide. And every single city in America is now going to look at, should we implement a congestion tax? But here's the crazy thing in New York City. Over $700 million a year is lost by people jumping over the subway turnstiles. If we simply enforced the current rules and didn't let people jump over the turnstile, we wouldn't have to have a congestion tax, and you, sitting in whatever city you live in, wouldn't have to deal with a congestion tax either. It doesn't matter how much money is raised, because we still have people in positions of power and influence that waste government funds. No matter how much we ever give in taxes, it'll never be enough for the bureaucrats.
100%. That's why we don't like bureaucrats, guys. Who's stealing the bull run? GT breaking. Anyone selling because of the jobs data just now? Same thing happened last January. Breaking Fed minutes will be bad too. Yes. Shane, yo, what's up, man? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. They also got cops on the buses too. Rob, come on down to New York. You'll love it. I will be there. I will go to that. You know, Jetpack, you know my bucket list. I will be at that giant Christmas tree and the skating rink at some point. I don't know what it's called again. I keep forgetting what it's called, where they put that. But I'm going to be there. The big tree in the skating rink from the movie Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. I will be there one day. I will be there one day. All right, what else do we have? Okay, so Rockefeller tree. Yes, I will see that tree in person, my friend. I will. Chainlink Ripple has adopted a Chainlink standard to access highly secure and reliable pricing data around recently launched Ripple RLUSD stablecoin. Learn how Chainlink price feeds are set to accelerate the adoption of RLUSD across the DeFi ecosystem. Big things coming, man. Same Epcot Center. Nice. Another place that I'm going to have to go. I'm going to have to do my tour of the States, guys. I'm going to have to. I am going to have to. All right, what else is going on out there? A little update here from Eleanor Tourette. The CFTC chair is also resigning on January 20th. He just made his announcement, with the last day at the commission being February 7th. So there you go. The CFTC commissioner following tradition and stepping down as well. I never had as much of a problem with him as I did Gary Gensler, but publicly traded company Thumbs Up Media Corp bought $1 million in Bitcoin for its balance sheets. Adoption continues on Bitcoin, guys. Adoption just keeps rolling out. Donald Trump says interest rates and inflation are too damn high.
We are inheriting a difficult situation from the outgoing administration, and they're trying everything they can to make it more difficult. Inflation is continuing to rage, and interest rates are far too high. And I've been disappointed to see the Biden administration's attempt to block the reforms of the American people and that they voted for. We had a landslide election. We won every swing state. We won
too damn high, baby. Too damn high. What else do we have? Here we go. Let's get into this one. Bloomberg, Bitcoin is one of the most audacious and successful financial experiments in modern history.
Let's take a quick look back in history. This day, January 3rd, 2009, Satoshi Nakamoto mined the very first Bitcoin. Now, that so-called Genesis block of just 50 coins came 6 days before the actual release of Bitcoin software and the cryptocurrency network. Now, as momentous as we now know this occasion to be with 16 years of hindsight, at the time, it went largely unnoticed outside a tiny cabal of fintech enthusiasts. In fact, it was largely an inauspicious start for what would become one of the most audacious and successful financial experiments in modern history. But it did take time. After its January 2009 release, the first real market price of Bitcoin didn't even materialize until 9 months later in October, where 5,050 coins were sold for just $5.02 in total, giving each Bitcoin a rate of 0.00099 cents, or about 1/20th of 1 penny, a pittance. Now, the earliest headlines in the mainstream media about Bitcoin, they didn't even start to appear until 2011. And when the headlines did start, so too did the criticism, including from prominent executives like Jamie Dimon, who called crypto a Ponzi scheme and a fraud.
I'm a major skeptic on crypto tokens, which you call currency, like Bitcoin. They are decentralized Ponzi schemes.
You heard them. And the use case for Bitcoin, don't even get them started on that. And that brings us to our question of the day. What was the first recorded commercial transaction using Bitcoin as payment? The answer? Well, it came to us on May 22nd, 2010, when a Florida man used 10,000 Bitcoin, worth less than a penny each, to pay for 2 Papa John's pizzas. Those same 10,000 coins today would have a value of about $970 million. Now, that Florida man was no average Joe. He himself was an early Bitcoin developer named Laszlo Hanya. He wanted to test the speed of transacting across blockchains. Now, since that fateful moment, now commemorated as Bitcoin Pizza Day, the cryptocurrency has, well, let's just say appreciated in value. It's up 2 million% or so since 2009 to around $100,000 today, giving the Bitcoin universe in just 16 years' time a market cap, Scarlett, of more than $3.5 trillion.
Crazy. Bitcoin Pizza Day, guys. Bitcoin Pizza Day. You love it. All right, what else do we have? Balaclava man in the house. What's going on, buddy? C. Allen. Let us know when you get to the West Coast. Yeah, man, I'm gonna do like a tour of the states, and I'll make a video in like every place that I go to for you guys for the channel. How's that sound? Beebs, Rob, do you think it's too early to invest in DeSci AI projects? Yeah, I would wait until the bear market, Beebs. I would wait till the bear market for sure. They don't want the tokens. They want stable coins. If I'm not mistaken, all stable coins are centralized. Correct. You are correct. And yeah, they want stable coins because they're going to try to implement CBDC, applications to stable coins, right? It's their way of trying to circumvent the fact that Trump's not going to let them create a CBDC, right? So yeah. Can we see a pump after Trump takes office? We can. There's a lot of speculation about that, guys. Is it going to be at this rate? It's not really going to be a buy the rumor, sell the news event because there's not a pump to sell, right? At this point, so it'll be interesting to see if we don't have a major pump until the 20th. Then it definitely will not be a buy the rumor, sell the news event. So we could see a pump on that day as opposed to, right? So that could be very good. Bruno, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you, my man. I appreciate you. Always supporting the channel, guys. That is absolutely phenomenal. It's amazing. Supporting the channel means everything, guys. You have no idea. You really have no idea. Right. What else do we have? Boomer, come on down to Oklahoma. Not sure, though. Half-inch of snow coming. The state will be shut down. I'll probably do it in the summertime, brother. Probably do it in the summertime. Bruno, thank you for the one-on-one yesterday and all you do for this community. Hey, man, no problem, Bruno. I got you covered, brother. You're the GOAT, Rob. My projected gains in this bull run is money. I never thought of making anyone can make money. You just have to know how to play the game. Next bull run is going to be more exciting. Yes, I am very excited, man. I am very, very excited for when we get into the bear market here, guys. We're going to be creating a fresh canvas, a fresh portfolio for all the Patreon members and the YouTube members. It's going to be so much fun because so many people started in this bull run like halfway through or like a year ago, so that they haven't had a chance to get in right at the bottom and build a solid portfolio. So I'm really, really excited about having the opportunity to do that. And we have hundreds of people over on the Patreon as well. So it's going to be, everyone's just going to be building this phenomenal portfolio together. It's going to be so much fun, man. I highly recommend you guys get over there. Come down. Barbecue will be hot. Beer will be cold. Pool will be open. Hey, I will accept your invitation, Boomer. You make no mistake about that, brother. Make no mistake about that. Good afternoon. Aaron, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Don't forget about the trip to Ireland, Rob. Oh, definitely. Yeah, the wife and I are going to do the tour of Europe for sure. We're going to Ireland, Scotland, England, like everywhere. I want to go so many different places. At some point, I'm going to be doing a tour, global tour for sure. I want to buy you a steak dinner for all your hard work and maybe get a workout in. You still going to Scotland to see your family? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man, listen, if you can keep up with a workout with me, but I'll tell you this much right now, every single person over the last almost 30 years of being in the gym, every person who's ever tried to work out with me has quit after a day or two because it's too much. It's too much. Batman Bapur, this is probably the best crypto community I've found on YouTube. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. See, that was the goal all along. I love seeing the plan come together, guys. You know, that was the goal, was to create a phenomenal community, and it seems like we're achieving that goal together, guys. So I couldn't be more bullish about that. Madness, Jasmy, 17 cents. Yes, sir. Blix. Someone clipped one of your videos on X and shouted you out. Your channel will blow up during the alt season. I hope so. That would be great if we could continue to grow the community, man. And that is absolutely phenomenal that somebody did that. It's really, really humbling. Thanks for the daily updates, Rob. You managed to keep everyone grounded during these dumps. Thank you, brother. Hey, no problem, man. No problem, my friend. Monkey Snake, hello. I will use Jasmy profits to go to Japan. Yes, Japan for sure. Japan has to be one of the places that you visit, guys. Absolutely. So rich in history and culture. H. Barbarina, I know I'm late, doing my push-ups as we speak. Nice, nice, nice. Beebs, lots of hockey games in the future. Yes. Beebs, you, me, and Holmes, we got to go to a Florida-Tampa game. Maybe when the Leafs do the Florida tour one of these years, one of these seasons. Japan was awesome. Yes. China too. I want to go to the Great Wall of China at some point. All right, let's get into this article. Bitcoin crosses 100K again. Can Trump's inauguration spark a new all-time high? After weeks of quiet, Bitcoin has once again smashed the $100,000 mark with a $1.54 billion in $120,000 call options on Trump's era crypto speculation. Is the stage set for a massive rally? Bitcoin has been stealing the spotlight once again after weeks of playing it safe in the 92 to 98K range. Bitcoin has surged past $100,000, trading at $101,700 as of January 7th, which was early this morning anyway. Still about 6% shy of its all-time high, $108,268. Adding fuel to the fire, data shows that traders are piling into $120,000 call options with a staggering national open interest of 1.56 billion as of January 7th, suggesting that traders are banking on a rally that could push Bitcoin to new highs. A call option gives someone the right, but not the obligation, to buy Bitcoin at a specific price later. It's basically a bet that price will go higher. Why all the optimism? Yeah, but they all got liquidated. So we crashed, right? So as Trump prepares to be sworn in on January 20th, it's shaping up to be a key moment for the digital asset industry, setting the stage for changes in how crypto is governed in the US. One of the immediate shakeups will come from the resignation of SEC Chair Gary Gensler, a polarizing figure in the crypto community known for his tough stance on digital assets. SEC's current approach under SAB 121 requires publicly traded banks to record crypto holdings as liabilities, making large-scale crypto custody a financially unattractive endeavor. While Congress voted to scrap SAB 121 last year, the efforts was vetoed by President Biden. Gensler's departure could lead to a dramatic policy shift, as he is set to be replaced by former commissioner and crypto-friendly Paul Atkins. So we could see SAB 121 get destroyed this time around because Biden will not be in power to veto it, and you know that Trump will sign it. So meanwhile, Congressman French Hill has indicated that Republican leadership plans to prioritize a comprehensive regulatory framework for crypto. This effort builds on the FIT21 bill passed by the House in 2024, which aimed to end the tug-of-war between the SEC and the Commodity Futures Trading Commission over who gets to regulate crypto. While FIT21 was hailed as a landmark moment, it didn't come without controversy. Some industry leaders felt the bill was rushed and overly restrictive, particularly in its treatment of decentralized finance. Republican leaders have hinted that they may scrap FIT21 and start fresh with a focus on innovation while addressing concerns raised by the DeFi community. But beyond the immediate policy shift, Trump's inauguration could signal a shift in tone. His campaign rhetoric positioned him as a crypto president, and the industry is eager to see if he'll follow through on his promises, like establishing a U.S. Bitcoin reserve or creating a federal crypto council. Of course, none of this happens in isolation. The macroeconomic backdrop, interest rates, inflation data, and overall market sentiment will play a critical role in shaping how crypto performs in the months ahead. This week, a string of crucial macroeconomic indicators will paint a picture of the U.S.'s economy's health. And for the crypto industry, the implications are worth dissecting. The action kicks off with January 8th, which is tomorrow, the ADP National Employment Report, which will which will show how many new jobs in the private sector added in December. Analysts are projecting 130,000 jobs, a slight dip from November's 146,000 jobs. On January 9th, this brings another piece to the puzzle with the weekly jobs claims reports. It recently hit an 8-month low, signaling that employers are holding onto workers despite the economic slowdown. If claims remain low, it might strengthen market sentiment, encouraging investors to take on more risk, which could benefit Bitcoin. On January 10th, so that's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week, all eyes will turn to the U.S. Consumer Sentiment Index. This metric reflects how optimistic people feel about the economy and their willingness to spend. If the index comes in strong, it could spur risk-taking among investors, giving Bitcoin a potential boost. But there's other twists. Consumer sentiment often hints at inflation expectations, If people expect inflation to rise, Bitcoin might see renewed interest as a hedge against eroding purchasing power. However, the flip side of that inflation concern might also embolden the Fed to raise rates. I really don't see them raising rates. I think there's like a 0% chance of rates being increased at this point, which could keep crypto gains in check. The week wraps up with the U.S. employment report and unemployment rate. Analysts expect 155,000 new jobs, down from November's 227,000, while unemployment is predicted to hold steady at 4.2%. Strong employment data usually lifts market confidence and increases interest in riskier assets like Bitcoin. On the other hand, weaker data might introduce caution, pulling investors towards safer bets. Eventually, the Federal Reserve position will become clearer later this month when the Federal Open Market Committee releases its meeting minutes. This will provide clues about the Fed's thinking on rate cuts or lack thereof. Currently, markets are closely watching the upcoming FOMC meeting on January 29th. As of now, there are only a 9.1% chance of the Fed rate cuts by another 25 basis points. I would say closer to zero, but the context of the Fed already cutting rates by 25 basis points in December and 50 basis points in September, these rate cuts injected liquidity into the markets, fueling Bitcoin's rally by increasing the flow of money into riskier assets. However, during the December meeting, Fed Chair Powell stuck a hawkish tone, signaling that future rate cuts would be heavily dependent on upcoming economic data, with a 90% likelihood that the Fed will keep rates unchanged later this month. The stance appears neutral for now, but the macroeconomic shock in the coming days, whether in the form of surprising inflation numbers or unexpected labor market data, could quickly alter the Fed's trajectory, potentially impacting Bitcoin and the broader crypto market. This is going to be a big week, guys. Going to be a big week. The crypto market has always thrived on narratives, and the Trump's administration incoming policies are shaping up to be a compelling one. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse recently tweeted about the shift, noting that the Trump effect has revitalized confidence within the U.S. crypto sector. I don't really care about what Brad Garlinghouse is saying about that. So, guys, to sum it up, this is going to be a big week. Now, we could get a bunch of bullish news Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Bitcoin could go crazy. Or we could see bad inflation data, bad job market data, and we could tank, right? So this is going to be a very, very volatile week, in my opinion. If you are considering leverage trading, I would not recommend it. I mean, I can't give you financial advice. Obviously, you got to do what you got to do. But with all of the uncertainty around this week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, guys, I would not recommend messing around with leverage. Probably wouldn't be the smartest idea. So we'll see if we come out of it super bullish or super bearish. Beebs, I'm down. Absolutely, man. I'm down for a workout, Rob. Nice. India next year, this December, I mean, absolutely. Batario, I'm already doing my push. I already know. What price do you reckon Bitcoin will be January 20th? Man, I'm going to be honest with you, just like I just said, this week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, ask me on Monday, right? Let me see what this data comes out as on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for the inflation and the jobs numbers, and then we'll have a better idea. Don't let the door hit you on the way out, Gary. Absolutely, man. Were you going to a hockey game? Were we going to a hockey game at Flo? Yeah, probably. What we'll do, because I'm a Leafs guy. Beebs is a Tampa Bay guy, I believe, and Holmes is a Florida Panthers guy. So when the Leafs come down and do the Florida tour, we're going to do the tour. We'll do both games. This looks like a dip before the rip, just as I was thinking yesterday. Yeah, and I have been taking advantage of it, man. Honestly, I did some scooping up this morning. JASMY TV in the house. What's going on, man? Hell yeah, boom. Cool, I'm down. Yeah, let's go, baby. Let's go. It's going to be a good time. I'm more excited about the next bag in the bear market. Yes, me too, man. Me too. Bear market's going to be fun. All right, what do we got? Boring says the main goal is freedom and that the IRS did not have the statutory authority to tax Bitcoin and was not approved by Congress. What is going on?
What this is about is freedom. It's about freedom of speech. It's about the freedom to transact. It's about having digital property rights in the digital economy. That's the policy goal that we need to achieve. It's not about making money. It's not about dollar go up. It's not about speculative trading. All of that's ancillary. The goal is this is a tool to exercise our most sacred human rights around the world. And this technology should be made available to the people of the world. In the United States, absolutely, as the center of the democratic world, should be at the forefront of doing so. Mm-hmm. So that's where we start. In terms of, the government getting behind it and concerns about privacy, these are all very valid concerns. I think one piece of policy that has to be a part of the conversation is tax policy. In 2014, the IRS came out and declared that Bitcoin or convertible virtual currencies, at the time it was basically just Bitcoin, but they're talking about cryptocurrencies, would be taxed as property. Subjecting them to capital gains and capital losses. I don't believe the IRS had the statutory authority to do this. This was not approved by Congress, particularly now that the Chevron deference has been struck down. I think it's very possible that guidance can be reversed because they did not have the authority to just come out and declare cryptocurrencies as property. Wow. You mentioned Eric Trump he gave a great speech. I just watched it this morning. Very bullish. He's obviously a true believer, understands the technology, which is great to have the president-elect's son to be, an actual true understander of what this is all about. And, he talked about how the family had been persecuted and debanked and all these other things. And it's like, we're all a part of that. Right there. We're all a part of that same family. We've experienced those same, discriminatory practices, on this community that the Trump family faced as well. But he talked about if you read his slides that he had up on the screen, one of them was making Bitcoin tax-free. Mm-hmm. I don't like the way he phrased it. I would not encourage anyone to say, we're trying to make Bitcoin tax-free, because then that just sounds like, we're trying to get out of paying our taxes. That's not what it's about. It's not about not paying your taxes. Bitcoiners pay a lot of taxes. Yeah. I think 25% of all capital gains within the past couple of years all came from cryptocurrency holders. So this is a community that's absolutely paying their taxes. That's not what it's about. But having digital assets, particularly Bitcoin, taxed as property, for one, it makes it very difficult to use in payments. Mm-hmm. So when we often talk about Bitcoin, we call it a store of value or digital gold. But Satoshi Nakamoto called it a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. So why don't we use it like cash, as Satoshi intended? The reason is because of tax policy. So because of those, the way that it's taxed and tax policy, it's always used to influence human behavior. The Treasury, kind of took Bitcoin from being able to be used as a medium exchange and really pushed it into this little box of, okay, well, you can't have all of these things, but I guess, you can, operate as a store of value or like digital gold. So I think in a free country, in a free society, people should be able to use whatever they want to exchange their goods and services, whether that's seashells or wampum or tobacco or shiny rocks like gold or silver or some government issued piece of paper. We should be able to use what we want. But because of tax policy, that prevents it. But also because of the way it's taxed, you have to report this to the U.S. government. And of course, every Bitcoin transaction is logged on a public ledger. So this is a privacy issue. So if you're required to report your crypto or your Bitcoin holdings to the IRS and they can see your wallet, they can then see everything you do.
Yeah.
We, in addition to our freedom of speech, we have a right to privacy. And this violates that right in the digital world. So tax policy is really important as we're talking about these big things like creating a strategic Bitcoin reserve, or how do we extend dollar dominance by using this strategic asset to create and protect the value of the dollar for the next generation. We can't leave out tax policy.
Right.
It's just as important because of that right to privacy.
Right.
And this is where that is infringed on.
That's absolutely huge, guys. Absolutely huge. I agree with her 100% on that. You know, giving the IRS your wallet address allows them to literally track everything you do from that point on, right? So that's a big privacy violation right there, in my opinion. Big violation. That's the whole point why people don't want CBDCs, but they're trying to get around that by tracking your wallet address. So they don't need CBDCs if they can get your wallet address from you, right? Death Bank in the house. Michael, what's up, man? I bought 20 mega back in May. 5 each, missed the top in June. You think it will come back to that price again, or do I cash out if even again? No, I think it'll run again. I mean, listen, pretty much everything's going to run again, guys. There's no altcoin is done for the bull run, right? There's no altcoin we haven't even started altcoin season yet. I know there was a little bit of a trap there, made people think we were heading into altcoin season, but we haven't even touched altcoin season yet. Lord of the Realm in the house. What's up, buddy? So yeah, guys, like, listen, I am going to keep DCAing here. If we continue to come down, yeah, I'm going to be buying more. Look at this Bitcoin candle right now. Look at this. Oof. Looks like a DCA opportunity to me, boys. That's what that looks like. She's amazing and a huge Bitcoin advocate. If you haven't seen it yet, go watch a movie, God Bless Bitcoin. Very, very eye-opening. I don't think I've seen that one yet, Jetpack. Congratulations on Trudeau's resignation. Thank you. Yes. And we're getting a pro-crypto candidate jumping into his spot. Probably in the next 2 to 3 months, we're going to have our election here. And the conservatives are very, very pro-crypto. I don't know if you guys have seen Pierre Poilievre yet. He's our version of Donald Trump, essentially. He'll get along better with Trump. And he's very pro-crypto. He wants to make Canada a crypto capital, a DeFi capital. He just did a video the other day of him purchasing food, just like Trump did in a restaurant, with Bitcoin. So very, very good news for all crypto holders to have leaders in the West that are all pro-crypto, right? So, yeah, no kidding, eh? So, yeah. All right, guys. So, listen, that's a stream. That's a chat. That is the news. I will be back this evening. Guys, I'm very excited about some of the stuff we're doing over on the Patreon. Make sure you get over there if you want to see what I'm buying and what I'm selling when I'm doing it. If you need help with your portfolio, guys, if you need help setting your exit strategies, when you should be taking profits and stuff like that, because if you're doing it where there's no liquidity, your sell orders are simply not going to fill, and you're going to end up holding your altcoins through the next bear market for 4 more years, just like 95% of people in crypto. Don't do that to yourself, guys. Get over to the Patreon. We have group video calls we do every evening. You can jump in and ask all the questions that you want. Get the reassurances that you need when you hear FUD and stuff like that. You can schedule one-on-one coaching, AMAs with me personally, and so much more. We have a live chat that's 24/7. We're operating nodes on a couple projects. We're doing some phenomenal DeFi staking opportunities, a lot of passive income. So get over to the Patreon. The link is in the chat. It's in the pinned comments. It's in the description. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. I'll see you guys tonight, 8 p.m. Central.